Hello students, welcome to my channel Biology Foundation. This is part 3 of Unit 3 Structure and Function of Plants. So in the last class we discussed about the shoot system, and I said shoot system constitutes or comprises that portion of the plant which is above the soil, and the shoot system consists of stem, leaves, branches, and may also contain flowers, buds, and fruits. So we discussed in detail about what is stem, what are the functions of a stem, modifications in a stem, right? Today let's discuss about leaves. Okay, so basically leaves in most of the plants, the leaves are green in color because of the presence of pigment chlorophyll, right? And if you see a typical leaf, the green flat structure that you find in the leaf, that is called leaf blade or lamina. Okay, it's the green flat structure. This structure, whatever we see, it's called as leaf blade or lamina of a leaf. Now, in a plant, the point where leaves arise, they are called as nodes, right? So, this is a node. And the stalk of the leaf gets attached to the plant through a stalk that is called as petiole. Okay, here you can see in this picture, you have the leaf, it gets attached to the stem by a stalk. Now, this stalk is known as petiole. Okay, so petiole is referred to as stalk of a leaf. And what is the node? It is the portion or the region on the stem from which leaf arises. Okay, next is if you see here, you have the stem, then from the node we can see a petiole arising, and you can see the leaf blade or the leaves develops. Now this petiole enters inside the leaf blade and forms the midrib. Can you see here? This is called the midrib. Here also you can observe where the petiole extends inside the leaf blade or lamina to form the midrib. And side to the midribs, you can see some network. These are called as veins. Okay, and these veins have branches. They are called as veinlets. What is the function of veins and veinlets? These veins and veinlets basically help in transport of food from the leaves to various parts of the plant, and also in transport of water from the stem to the leaf. They bring in what they see that the water which is getting transported by the stem is brought to various regions in the leaf or parts in the leaf, and in the same way, whatever food is being synthesized by the leaf is again taken to the stem and to various parts of the root. Clear? So basically, in any plant, a leaf has basic parts in it. The green flat structure that you find, it is called leaf blade or leaf lamina, and the stalk of the leaf is called petiole. This petiole extends into the leaf lamina to form midrib, and node is the portion from where leaf arises in the stem. Now these are the portions of the node. Okay. Veins and veinlets are the vascular systems. That means veins and veinlets basically help in providing water to the leaf from the stem, and also they help in transport of food from leaves to various parts of the plant. Can you see here network like structure? It's completely divided into network. These are only veinlets, and the major branches that you find, they are called veins. So veins are again divided into veinlets. Okay, now all Plants, most of the plants, they have a petiole. In the petiole by which they get attached to the stem. That means if you see the stem, these are the points of the node. From here you can see leaves develop. Okay. Now the stalk of the leaf only we are calling it as petiole. But in some plants, like here is an example of a plant zinnia. Now in this plant, there are no petioles, absence of petioles. That means in these plants, the leaf directly gets attached to the plant like this. There is no stalk. Such leaves are called sessile leaves. Leaves without petiole, without a stalk. They get where the leaves are directly attached to the stem. But here the leaves get attached to the stem by a stalk, which you are calling it as petiole. But in plants like zinnia, there is no stalk or no petiole seen. Such leaves are called sessile leaves. Okay, so that's about the basic uh, parts in a typical leaf that we have discussed. Okay, I hope you are clear with the terms. What is leaf blade or lamina? It's the green flat structure in the leaf. Now, if you see for this leaf, this is the leaf lamina. Okay, this is the leaf lamina or leaf blade. Leaf lamina. Okay, and stalk of a leaf is referred to as petiole. The region from where the leaf arises in a stem is known as the node, and veins and veinlets help in transport of food and water. They are network like vasculature present in the leaf. Midrib is the extension of the petiole into the leaf blade. And in some plants, the petioles are absent, where the leaves get directly attached to the stem. Then they are such examples of such plants include zinnia, and such leaves are called sessile leaves. Okay. Now, in my previous video, I made a mistake where I said you have the stem, and for example, leaves arise here. Let's assume leaves are arising. Then these points are called what? Nodes. Yes or no? And the angle made between the stem and the leaf is called what? Axil. And the buds which arise from the axil, they are called axillary buds. Okay. I was telling auxiliary, that's wrong. Okay, this is wrong. Axillary buds. Since these buds arise from the axils of the leaf, they are called as any buds which develop from the axils. They are called axillary buds. These axillary buds only later give rise to side branches. I just wanted to correct it. Okay. Okay, so I hope you are clear with the basic parts in a leaf. Now let's try to understand types of leaves. There are different types of leaves. On what basis the leaves have been classified? First is based on their shape. Okay, if you see here, these are leaves in pine tree or pine plant, and these are leaves in onion. Here the leaves, you call them as spring onions also, okay? Because onions, you can see the onions as the underground part, and the aerial part, this is the leaf basically. Here the leaves are needle shaped. Can you see they're pointed, right? And very thin. So they are needle shaped. And here you can see the leaves of guava and apple, where the leaves are oval shaped. And here, I hope you might have identified this is people leaf, and this is leaf from Tinospora. If you see here, the leaves are heart shaped, right? Yes or no? Heart shaped. In some plants like banana, the leaves are oblong shaped, and in lotus, the leaves are spherical shaped. Whereas in eucalyptus, this is eucalyptus plant, okay, and in ashoka tree, the leaves have are tapering. What is meant by tapering leaves? If you see the starting of the leaf, it is broad, okay, but as you move down towards the apex, you see that The leaves are pointed towards the end. Okay, that is tapering leaves. Okay, they are called tapering leaves. And in a leaf, this is called leaf apex. Okay, the tip region of the leaf is called the leaf apex. Clear here? This is the leaf apex. Okay, I forgot to mention that. So in a typical leaf, you have various parts like leaf blade, petiole, node, veins, veinlets, midrib, and leaf apex. Okay, so here there are different types of leaves. On what basis am I saying there are different types? Based on their shape, they can be needle shaped as seen in pine, onion, or they can be oval shaped as seen in guava and apple, or they can be heart shaped as you can observe here in people and tinospora, or the leaves can be oblong shaped as seen in banana plant. The leaves can be spherical as seen in lotus, or they have tapering ends as seen in ashoka and eucalyptus plant. Okay. Leaves can also be classified based on the margin. What is margin? Or if you see, that's considered a plant, a stem, and if you see here, we know this is the leaf blade or lamina, right? And what is this? Petiole. What is this? Leaf apex. And this petiole only extends towards the apex, and this is called midrib. And there are several veins and veinlets seen in leaf, right? Network like structure you can observe. Now, this the boundary of the leaf is called the leaf margin. This is called leaf margin. Okay. If you see here, this is people leaf. Here the leaves have entire margin, or we also call it as complete margin. Can you see the leaves? Entire margin it has. Okay. Now here this is rose leaf. Here the leaves have serrate margin. Can you see? The leaf is not normal like this. In rose, if you see, the leaves have something like this. This is how the leaves can be seen. Therefore, it is called toothed margin or serrate margin. Okay. And here you have Ashoka plant, Ashoka leaves and mango leaves where the margin is wavy. Can you see? It's wavy. Even in mango, it's wavy. Okay. Wavy margin. Okay. The margin that you can see is wavy margin. And this plant is called prickly poppy. In prickly poppy, here the leaves have spiny margin. Okay, can you see? Pointed and spiny. Okay, they have spiny margins. So basically, the leaves they differ in their shape, they differ in their margins. They can have different shapes. They can be pine shaped, oblong shaped, oval shaped, heart shaped, right? Needle shaped, spherical, or they can be with tapering ends. In the same way, their margins also need not be always complete margin. They can have toothed margin, also known as serrate margin, or they can be wavy, or they can have spiny margins. Okay, and leaves can also be classified into simple leaves and compound leaves. What do I mean by a simple leaf? In a simple leaf, here the leaf is with an entire leaf blade. I hope you know what is leaf blade. This is leaf blade, right? This structure here also in the leaf, can you see? This is called the leaf blade, right? So basically here the leaf blade is not divided again. If you see the stem, you have the leaf. Here the leaf blade is not divided. That is called a simple leaf. Simple leaves are found in people, mango, China rose. Okay. Then what is compound leaf? In compound leaf, If you consider, if this is your leaf, this is simple leaf, right? But in compound leaf, what actually happens is the leaf margins. Let's assume there is a leaf with margin like this, or let me draw it again for easy understanding. Let's assume you have a leaf with margin like this, wavy margin kind, and we know this is the midrib. Even now, the leaf is simple leaf only because the leaf lamina is not divided. But let's assume if you have the leaf margins touching the midrib and dividing the leaf lamina into leaflets, then it is called compound leaf. Can you see here you have a leaf blade or lamina which is not divided. Here also it's not divided. It's wavy margin and the margin is not touching the midrib. But here the margins touch the midrib and divide the leaf lamina into many small leaves. These small leaves are called leaflets. And such type of leaves are called compound leaves. And in compound leaves, this the main stalk of compound leaves is not called midrib, it is called rachis. Okay, what is it called? Rachis, the main stalk. Can you see here? Name plant, best example, where each individual leaf is actually leaflet. Okay, even a rose, you can see there is a presence of compound leaves. So try to understand when I say simple leaves, the leaf lamina is not divided, it is undivided, as seen in people, mango, right? If you see prickly poppy plant, here try to observe carefully this plant. It has simple leaves. Try to understand why am I calling it as simple leaf. That's because if you see these are the margins. The margins are not touching the midrib. Can you see it's not touching the midrib and not dividing the lamina into small leaves? It's continuous. So this entire thing is one single leaf. Is it clear, students? But in compound leaves, what actually happens? The leaf margins are touching the midrib and dividing it into many small leaves called as leaflets. And the main stalk of this compound leaves is known as rachis. So that's difference between simple and compound leaves. Now let's talk about venation. Okay, in leaves. I told you leaves have veins. What actually are veins? They are made up of xylem and phloem. Okay, where xylem we know helps in transport of water and phloem helps in transport of food. What do these veins do? Whatever food that is synthesized by the leaf, the phloem helps the food to get transported from the leaf to various parts of the plant. Okay, try to understand the veins are basically vasculature system in the leaves. These veins help in transport of food and water. That tissue that helps in transport of water is xylem, and the tissue that helps in transport of food is phloem. So basically, the food that is synthesized in the leaf, it gets transported to various parts of the plant through the phloem tissue, and the water that is absorbed by the roots is transported to the leaves with with the help of xylem present in the veins. Okay. Now, what is venation? Venation is arrangement of veins. Okay. Arrangement of veins in a leaf. There are two types of venation, reticulate venation and parallel venation. Maybe if you remember my introductory classes on Unit 1, Life on Earth, or even in classification of living organisms, I told you angiosperms are divided into dicots and monocots. And there I explained that dicots basically show reticulate venation, while monocots exhibit parallel venation. What is reticulate venation? In reticulate venation, here please observe this diagram of neem leaf. Clearly you can understand that you have veins, and the veins are divided and redivided again to form small veinlets. Okay, so there is a network of veins seen. This type of arrangement of the veins, where the veins divide, redivide to form veinlets, and you can see network-like structure, that is called reticulate venation. Okay, net-like structure can be seen in the leaves. Okay, because of division and redivision of the veins into veinlets. So that is reticulate venation, and reticulate venation is usually seen in dicots like your neem, mango, people. Okay, parallel venation is mostly seen in monocots. What are parallel? What is parallel venation? In parallel venation, the veins run parallel to each other. You know parallel lines. These two are parallel lines, right? Here, you can see that they are parallel. There are parallel lines. Can you see these lines are nothing but your veins? So the veins run parallelly to each other. Okay, this is observed in banana, rice plant. Can you see the veins are parallel here, parallel lines? Even wheat, in these plants usually we observe parallel venation. So what is venation? It is basically arrangement of veins on the leaf. Okay, and what is the function of veins? They help in transport of water and food. Veins are basically vascular tissues in the leaves which consist of xylem and phloem. They are made of xylem and phloem, and they help in transport of food from leaves to various parts of the plant, and transport of water from roots to the from the stems to the leaves. Okay, and there are two types of venation: reticulate venation, which is network of veins where veins are divided and redivided into veinlets, observed mainly in dicots, while parallel venation is seen in monocots, and in parallel venation the veins run parallel to each other. I hope you know perpendicular and parallel. If this is a line, perpendicular line means which is 90 degrees to it. Okay, this is perpendicular. Parallel lines means these two are parallel lines. These are parallel lines. So here the veins run parallel to each other. Okay. That is about venation. Venation is nothing but arrangement of veins on a leaf. To understand this reticulate venation, you can do a very simple experiment, and this can be done in your house itself. Okay, you don't need any chemicals, so do try this experiment. Okay, for this experiment, you take any leaf. You can like, but you have to take leaves of dicot because reticulate venation is prominently seen in your dicots, right? So take people leaf or mango leaf. Now, what you do is take the leaf and put it in a bowl of water. Okay, you have now this leaves must be placed in bowl of water for 3 to 4 weeks. What you should do is you take a bowl of water, place the leaves. Every second day, you have to change the water. Okay, that means you have to again, like you need to throw the water and again freshly fill the bowl with water and place the leaves. Am I clear? Pluck few leaves, put it in a bowl of water. After every second day, so that is second, fourth, sixth, eighth day, you have to throw the water and again pour fresh water into the bowl of water. Okay. After few days, you can see that the leaves become slightly translucent. Okay. And after 3 weeks, what you can do is take a brush or simply with your hand, you have to rub the greenish part and remove the green part of the leaves. Okay, are you understanding? First, you have to pluck few leaves, put it in a bowl of water, and after every second day, throw the water and fill the bowl with fresh water. Again, place back the leaves. After 3 weeks, using a brush or just with hand, rub the leaves. When you rub the leaves, the green part starts. Like you can remove the green part, okay, and you can see that the leaves become completely transparent. Then dry the leaves, okay, in sunlight. And can you observe the venation pattern here? Okay, It's not parallel. Why? Because if you see more clearly, you can see network of veinlets that are observed. Okay, please do try this experiment. It can be done at home easily, where you have to just pluck few leaves of either mango leaves or people leaves or any dicot plant neem leaves. Put them in bowl of water every second day. Throw the water and change and pour fresh water. Wait for 2 weeks, then rub the leaves gently to remove the greenish part. Dry the leaves, and you can observe the beautiful reticulate venation pattern. Okay, you can basically see the leaf skeleton. Okay, so this experiment is a simple experiment to show the reticulate venation pattern in dicots. Do try this experiment at home. Okay, next is phyllotaxy. Okay, what actually is phyllotaxy? The term phyllotaxy, phyllos is leaf. Okay, word phyllo means leaf. Okay, phyllotaxy is arrangement of leaves on the stem. Is phyllotaxy. Okay, and this arrangement, plants have evolved such that the arrangement of leaves is to maximize the amount of sunlight. They want to get more amount of sunlight. They don't want to hide themselves to become shady, because plants need sunlight to perform photosynthesis. So this arrangement of leaves on the stem is such that leaves get exposed to maximum sunlight. Okay, so there are three types of phyllotaxy, or three types of arrangement of leaves broadly: alternate phyllotaxy, opposite phyllotaxy, world phyllotaxy. Now let's understand it with examples. Here you can see hibiscus plant. Okay, if you see, you have the stem. Here the leaves are arranged alternately. You have leaf here, again towards the left side one more leaf, again right side one more leaf, left side one more leaf, right side one more leaf. So you can see alternate arrangement of leaves on the stem. You can observe here right side, left side, right side, left side, right side, left side, right, left. In this way, there is alternate arrangement of leaves. That is called alternate phyllotaxy, and it is observed in hibiscus plant. Okay, what is opposite phyllotaxy? In an alternate phyllotaxy, you can see even in other plants. I didn't put the pictures here, but it is seen in mango. Sorry, sunflower. Okay, rose. You can observe this alternate phyllotaxy, where at every node single leaf is arising. From each node, a single leaf is arising, and they are arranged in alternate manner. That is alternate phyllotaxy. Now let's understand what is opposite phyllotaxy. Let me erase this first. In opposite phyllotaxy, for every node, two leaves arise and they are opposite to each other. They are opposite. For every node, two leaves arise at each node and they are arranged opposite. Can you see in guava? At every node, two leaves arise and these are opposite to each other. So it's seen in guava, it's seen in jasmine, and even in mint, pudina. You can see this arrangement where at every node there are two leaves that are arising, and each leaf is opposite to the other leaf. Okay, that is called opposite phyllotaxy. Alternate phyllotaxy means at every node there is one leaf that's arising. Okay, and these leaves are alternately arranged, right side, left side, right side, left side. Okay, in this way they are arranged. Next is world phyllotaxy. What is world phyllotaxy? In world phyllotaxy, at every node, multiple leaves arise and they are arranged in the form of a whirl. In a group, they are arranged. Can you see here? At every node, there are multiple leaves that are arranged. Here also, many leaves. From a single node, many leaves are arising and they are forming a whirl. That is called world phyllotaxy. Example is oleander. Maybe you have seen this pink color flowers. Okay, so there you can observe world phyllotaxy where at every node there are multiple leaves rising. If two leaves are arranged and they're opposite to each other, it is called opposite phyllotaxy. If one leaf is arising from each node and they're alternate, then it is said to be alternate phyllotaxy. So, what is phyllotaxy? Arrangement of leaves on the stem is said to be is called as phyllotaxy. Okay, and this can be either alternate, can be opposite, or world. Alternate phyllotaxy is mainly observed in mango, sunflower, rose, hibiscus. Opposite phyllotaxy in guava, mint, okay, jasmine, calotropis. You can find this. Calotropis is also known as milkweed. Okay, you can observe this. Opposite phyllotaxy. World phyllotaxy is seen in oleander and asparagus. Okay. I hope you are clear with the term phyllotaxy. Phyllo means leaf, okay? Taxy, arrangement. Arrangement of leaves on the stem is said to be or called as phyllotaxy. Okay. Now let's